Hello and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. I feel like it has been forever since I've seen you guys and talked to you. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. I have pulled a stack of Christmas cards that I'm going to actually use parts of to make embellishments. I love to do that with my Christmas cards because I don't like to just throw them away. I love my Christmas cards. And so we're just going to work through some of these today, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them to be able to use parts of them. This one is a special one. This one is made by one of my very best friends, and she is just an amazing card maker. I kind of got her started, and then she has blown so far past me that it's unbelievable. But she did this beautiful trifold card. I wish you could feel it because, of course, these are raised and then parts printed and then some up on foam, and it's just absolutely beautiful. But I'm not going to do anything to this card. I am literally going to put it on the bottom of a layout and then do my pictures up here, and this is going to be my title and my embellishment, and that's it. So I'm doing nothing to this card. I love it. It's staying just like it is. This card, I just thought this was so pretty. God's love still shines bright, and it's kind of a Thomas Kincaid, I guess. I believe it probably is. Yes, it is a Thomas Kincaid. And so what I decided to do was to cut this out. And so I went ahead and started cutting it out so that I didn't have to spend quite so much time doing the cutting. And so I'm going to take that part out of that card. And I'm going to, there wasn't room to do anything on that end because it was like into a church steeple or something. And then I'm going to banner this little part right here. And then I'm just going to put that in my embellishments. And I may use it on something here in just a minute. This one I really liked. I want to save this for a title. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and cut that and do that. And then I'm going to do something else with this part in a minute. But let's just go ahead and cut this apart and make a title. I'm going to have to be kind of careful because I don't want to get into those lights because I'm using them for something else. I can just go ahead and cut all of this off. Get rid of, I'm going to save that black because that's really a pretty piece of black. It's a little bit different. And I don't want this to be huge, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep that for a minute because I'm going to do something else with it. And I'm going to trim this down. I think that's a little big. And then this needs to trim down some. And then I think I'm actually going to, back this on some red. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. What did I do with my glue? There it is. Because I probably would use, I'm going to make tags out of that part with the lights on it, and I would probably use them together anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on some red. Just, oops, don't get too carried away. Just like that. And then trim it. You notice I always move my blade up. That's because when I'm pressing against this bottom part, it can't move. And so if you're cutting down, you don't have the tendency to let it slip. If you have it down here and you're cutting up, it has a tendency to slip and can make your cuts uneven. So there's that. So I'm going to keep that right up there. And then this one had this, and I just kind of liked it. So I probably need I'm going to get this small cutter up here so it's not quite as big. And I'm going to just use a hole punch. And oh, I think I need to cut this down. I don't think my punch will reach quite that deep, so I need to cut that down just a little, make sure my punch will reach. And I kind of guessed to use a 3-inch punch, so we'll see how that works. Since that was a circle, I just thought that would be pretty easy to do. Yes, I think I need to cut it just a tiny bit more because it's just a hair bigger than a 3-inch circle. So I need to get it so that I can get kind of an even line of that gold all the way around. Let's see how that works. Yes, I think I can get that fairly even now. It's not be perfect, but I don't do anything perfect. And so now I have like a little circular tag or something like that that I can use on a layout. And then this one, actually there are 2 of these. Yes, there are 2 of these. Okay, this card, I've already done this one, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. It had this really pretty Christmas tree there. And so I found a die cut that kind of was similar, the same size. And so I just cut that tree out of that card. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I mean, you know, they're not perfect, but they make really pretty embellishments. And you would never find paper that looked like that, and that's so pretty. So I'm going to do that also with this one. I'm not going to do it on, I just wanted you to see what I did with it. So I'll lay that one right over there. This one I thought was cute, and so I just fussy cut this little tree out. I probably had a die cut that I could have done with it, and it had this little squirrel that was down here at the bottom, so I cut him out. I'm not going to cut the Santa out, but I am going to do some stars, because this is a little bit of a foil look, and I thought I would like to have some stars that went with that tree out of the same paper. So I'm just punching those stars. There's 3 of that size. I think I have one that's a little bit bigger. Get up here in the part that there's 3. Let's see if I can get into some of these parts. I have this little bitty one also. It's hard to see with this one. Okay, let's dump those out. Okay, and then let me trim up so I can get in a little closer right up here. Get this out of the way. Get maybe one more right there. So that gives me several of those hearts. And then I actually think I'm going to use this title also. And again, I could back it on the red. So it says, believe in the magic of the season. That does not, oh, that's not straight, okay. So I'd say that is not straight. There we go. Now we're straight. Okay. And I'm not going to back that just yet because I don't know for sure. But I would probably back that also in the red. Okay. So that's got that little Christmas tree and some stars and a title to go with it. Let's get our stars gathered up maybe on that. They're not all turned over for the red side, but you know they're red. Okay, so let's do that. Put that up there. Now this one, there's another star. This one had this really pretty gold. I don't know if you can see, but it's real sparkly, and it just said Jesus. And then down the sides, it had this frame that had this gold with the same kind of white with it. And so I cut the Jesus, I fussy cut the Jesus and then cut those out. And let me show you what I've got. And then let me do one more. And then I had this one that was a similar card that had that. And it says, the hillside was lit with heavenly glory, and shepherds made haste to tell the story. And so I cut that out of that one. And then this is a card made also by one of my sweet friends at church that is a card maker. And so I'm going to just cut the back off of this card and save the front. And I'm going to try to get to where you can see this because it is really, really, really pretty. But it's embossed, and so it's very hard to see. Let me stand up where I can see what you see. See how it's embossed with the wise men and the star going into the city? Well, I thought that this or this. I really like this one better, I think. I think I like that one better. And that could either be a card front, or I could use it as the title, or like just a 3x4, or it's a little bit bigger than that, cutout thing. But I just thought that was so, so pretty. And so I think I'm going to do that like that and keep that one just like that. So I'm going to lay that one up there. This one, I just liked the Merry Christmas. I liked the plaids and I liked the Merry Christmas. So I'm going to keep that for a minute. I'm going to cut that Merry Christmas off. And I'm going to save this paper because I kind of like this paper, and I may want to do some punches. I might want to fussy cut that little thing, so I'm going to save that. But I'm going to, I'm just going to cut this Merry Christmas out, and then I'm going to show you kind of what I had in mind for this one. I think I want to use these little strips I cut off of that other card to kind of dress this up, just like that. So I think I can cut it down a little more. Because I don't really, let's see, do we want any of that red showing beneath the gold? I don't think so. I think I just want the gold to be where it ends. So we don't need much, just enough to glue it to. Just enough to glue it to. Okay, while I'm, no, I'm going to wait a second because I'm going to do some tags, and it's going to take me a little bit. I'll do the twist when I do the tags. So there is that, and then I just want to glue that gold right onto this. Just like that. There's actually some more of this on that card at the top and bottom, and I may go back and do another one because I don't think that's quite long enough to do the ends. I haven't decided if I want it on the ends yet, but there is enough on that card if I decide to. Okay. But I think that makes a pretty title. Just snip those off. Okay. Let's look at these and just see if we think that's what we want to do. Maybe. I'll have to think about that. This one's actually long enough, I think. I don't know if this one is. Yeah, if I want to, I think I can actually do it with that. So let's just do it. Get it where it's holding a little bit before I try to snip that. There. Yes, I do think I like that better. If I'd really been doing it right, I would have angled those corners, but I'm not doing it right. Just trim that a little. This one may be a little close with not getting any of that blue. Maybe not. Yep, I'm gonna make it. Actually, just a hair more can come off. There. Okay. All right, so there's a title. Those cleaned up. And then, let's see what I have left over here. Oh, I've got a couple more titles that I want to do. The Oh Holy Nights, I just thought both of those were pretty. This one's small and this one's large. And I just want to save those in case I want them for a title for a Christmas layout. And I'm not too sure I'm not going to save that. Just to, you know, put across a bottom or something. I just kind of like it. So I think I'm actually going to save that. I love using my Christmas cards and pieces of my Christmas cards and not just tossing them in the trash. Okay, and I think I'm going to leave that because I want the star there. I would probably do this on a layout where I would have this backed maybe in navy or something like that. So let's put that one up there. And then this other one is also Oh Holy Night, but it's different. So let's do it. Get it off of there. I'm going to keep it small. And I may also keep that one. I mean, you know, keeping it doesn't cost anything. And you never know, like if the kids are going to be in a Christmas play or something like that, where these would be pretty ideal. So there is that little Oh Holy Night. And then I think I'll put that with that other one just in case. All right, now the next ones that I'm going to do are going to be, what are they called? These things, tags. Love it when my brain goes numb. So I am going to, let's see how big this is. This is 4.5 inches. So I'm going to do a 2-inch. And this one should be 2.5 because that's what my things are. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so there's a 2 and a 2.5. And look at this joy. I love that, and I think that will make a good tag. So let's get it cut away. And then let's see what we can get on it. I'm thinking probably do a 2.5 on it. We may cut it down to 2. And I'm going to keep that. I kind of like that little gold polka dot. Okay, so there is 2.5. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to need to take just a tiny bit off of that. Now, this one may not work for a tag. I'll just have to see because my tag goes down pretty low, but we'll see. We will see. Now, this was an envelope that I thought was so pretty, and it's really soft, and I'm not sure how it's going to do in that tag, but I really wanted to do a tag if I could with it. So I'm going to trim that little part off and then see what we can do here. So it needs, I want the whole church steeple in it. So that is 2.5. And then I'm going to put the tag part of it on that end. Just want to get the little things that are non-related off of there. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'm going to leave this one pretty long. This could be a journaling tag because it's so, you know, pale. It could be a journaling tag. So I'm going to put that there. And then this envelope, I'm going to probably say, because I wanted that red foil to go with that other little Christmas tree that I cut out. But I just liked this flap. And I'm going to keep this flap and get it cut nicely. And I am going to use it as a journaling box. Because, like, I can put this up in under, like, a piece that goes across, or the pit photos or something like that, and use my white gel pen and use that for a journaling box. So now, while I'm actually doing these tags, I want to do the twist. The scripture for the twist tonight comes from Exodus. I'm teaching Exodus now in the weekly Bible study. And I came across this scripture, excuse my dogs, no, sorry, no, in it that I thought, oh my goodness, that so applies to Christmas. And it's Exodus 13:14. In the days to come, when your son asks you, what does this mean? Say to him, with a mighty hand, the Lord brought us out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. So this was God talking to Moses when Moses was about to leading them out of Egypt to the promised land. They had been in slavery for 430 years, and it was just an amazing time. And the Lord is telling them to celebrate that time and how to celebrate that time. And so I thought, you know, we celebrate Christmas, and yet sometimes all we celebrate about it is the gift giving and the the fuss and the muss and the cooking and all of that type of thing, instead of teaching our children what it really, really, really means. And so this was Moses, God telling Moses, tell the people to give your children a personal testimony. When they ask, because they had told them to rid their house of leaven because, they had to leave the country so fast, and leaven later will represent sin and things like that. But he said, tell them what it meant to you, what this meant to you, personal testimony. What does this mean to you? Say to them, with a mighty hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt, out of the hand of slavery. So when our kids ask us a question, or even whether they do or not, we should tell them about Christmas or Easter, instead of it being about the Christmas tree and the gifts and the baking or the Easter bunny, why do we not tell them, this is what God did for me. God took me. I was a sinner. You're a sinner. And God loved us so much that he provided a way for us to be forgiven for our sins. And so he sent himself, actually, into this world, excuse me, to be our payment for that sin. And he sent himself into the world in the form of a baby born in a manger. And that's how we can tell our children what Christmas means to us and why we celebrate an event like Christmas. Just like God told Moses to tell the people when they were leaving Egypt out of slavery and bondage, that's how we were saved from the bondage of sin, because God loved us so much that he sent the payment for sin to the world. So a way that we can teach our children about Christmas. I'm just rounding the corners on these tags just because I like them that way. And then I'm going to line these things up and show them to you and see how we have salvaged some of our Christmas cards. I don't know if you can see this one very well because it's just so subdued. But I just thought that was beautiful, and it makes a really pretty tag. Of course, I would ink the edges of it just to give it, where it would pop a little more off the page. There's our joy tag. There are tags that I made that would go with, let's see if I can get this picked up. I've kind of got a mess here. There's a tag. There's our joy tag. Here are tags that could go with our Merry Christmas title. I really like that. I really, really like this one. And then this could also be used with that, like as the journaling box. And then here is the Merry Christmas that we put the little things from a different card just around that for a title. Here are 2 Oh Holy Night titles. I might round those corners and back those. This could just be put in like some kind of a little embellishment cluster. It could be put with that joy. It kind of goes well with it. It could go along with that, any of those. Here's the one that, the first one that I did, God's Love Still Shines Bright. Could go with any number of these things. It'd be pretty with the joy also. And then this one, where did my Jesus go? I had the Jesus with that. This one would be pretty with that too. God's love still shines bright because it's got the star. And then maybe it's under this. I don't know where that Jesus went. It's got to be right here somewhere. And then this one that we just did out of the circle. I'm kind of getting these all piled up again. Oh, there's Jesus. I really like it with this. Let me see if I can get these where they're not so overlapping. I think this one's just going to be hard to not overlap, but you get the idea with it. And then this Christmas tree, and then I'm going to also cut that other one, and then this one with all the stars. and believe in the magic of Christmas. So we got quite a few things cut out of some of our Christmas cards. I hope you enjoyed that and that it inspires you to do something with some of your Christmas cards rather than just throwing them away. And where is my, oh, I wanted to show this one again that one of my very best friends did. I just think that trifold is absolutely beautiful. And it's just going to go on a layout just like that. And I very well might use the Joy, or this one would be really pretty also with it somewhere. God's love shines bright. So anyway, I hope that gave you some ideas and that you continue to have a blessed holiday. This is going up the 28th, I believe it is. And so we've got New Year's coming up. So be safe on New Year's. We stay home and play rather than go out. So we are going to go to the movie tomorrow afternoon to see Homestead. That's one of the new Angel Studio movies that's out. I can't hardly wait to see it. I think it's kind of a modern day take on Noah's Ark. I don't really know that, but I kind of think it is. So anyway, have a blessed day. Be a blessing to someone else. And I hope that your holidays have been filled with Jesus. Thank you. See you later.